Yeah, hi James. Big night in the Dow, eh? Down 700 points. Yeah, I think eventually it's going to turn around. It could be now, could be later. I wouldn't be in a hurry to buy a house. Not right now. I think it could go really severely south. But anyway, what I wanted to do. This is too hard to explain. The text takes too long. I sent you that piece of work that I sent you a few days back. The chances are you didn't get it. All right. And the reason for that was a couple of reasons. It was a first draft to begin with. It wasn't right. It wasn't finished. It's a very tricky section, believe it or not. It looks pretty simple, but it's actually very tricky to do in my style. But it hit me last night because I've never really realised, what I'm doing, and it seems that I'm doing a lot. I've packed a lot into the work, into the body of work. It's not just a line of text and a diagram. There's a lot more to it than that. It's converting an idea into a shape, but it's more than that. It's telling a story, like making it a bit entertaining to keep it sort of. It's not a real story, but it's just a bit like talking to somebody. That's in a nice, easy tone, nice civvy tone, if you know what I mean, just normal that I talk to anybody. Okay, but it's more than that. And one of the things that I haven't been able to get my mind around, believe it or not, is the very core of it, the very basis of it, the whole thing is actually a checking system, as I told you the other night. And it was that grew out of the double entry system, I think. The double, you could sort of check everything. And it's mainly about checking, not about recording. Well, this is not about writing or compilation. It's like anything else. It's a checking system. And the way it works is that I go to the body of work. I don't think what's all of it. No, I just look at I can pick any text and diagram unit. Any building block, any block in it. Okay, and I look at I call them a coin line. Okay, the coin unit, I suppose, is the best way to bang. Just each unit, and I can look at the words and think, does that image and does that diagram support that line of text? Without even knowing what the whole subject's about, I just go through and look. Yep, does it? No, doesn't. Then therefore it's wrong. It just doesn't. The two things. I've said one thing and shown you a different thing. Two different things. Okay, you're not going to get it. Okay, what I'd say is what I've got to do, in a sense. All right. So which is. Just So if I say something, that it better be there, and that's how you check it. So I went back to out of here. I thought I'll look at that piece that I've sent James. I had a look and I thought, right from the get go, the first diagram just doesn't line up with the text at all. Now I knew this all the time back, because checking was a big part of it, and I knew that, but I didn't really. I knew it at the back of my mind, but not at the fore. I couldn't say. And I was actually tricking myself there because I used to use two lines of text sometimes. I'd have at the top of each page, I might have a double line of text, and so I was actually fooling myself because you've got two lines. So suddenly you don't have a checking function. It's only when you have one line of text and a picture every time that you can check it. Yep, there's no. How do you check one image against two sentences? Particularly if they're compound sentences, you've actually got three, haven't you? Or four, or more. So how can you check one idea against three ideas or against two ideas? Okay, so that's been at the back of my mind, but I haven't. An idea being the basic unit of a sentence. Okay, that it should convey one principal idea. Yep. So then, how do you check it if you've got three there? Which one does the diagram refer to? And then the other two, how do you know they're right or accurate or anything else like that? Okay, so and it works for me because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not an accountant. I have no authority in the thing, so I have to actually everything has to check. Everything has to be right. That's how it's grown out. For me to look at it, well, that matches the words. They've used those words. I'm using those words in the diagram. I've drawn, support it, and all the evidence that comes around it seems to support it. So therefore I must be correct about it. Can you see how it's grown up? It's not like I'm correct in the first place and everything I write is correct. No, I don't know. I'm nervous. I think, oh, shit, I don't know anything about accounting. So does this, can they argue about this? Can they say this is right, wrong? So everything so that's what I did. All the diagrams have to fit with the words. And that's how I was checking myself. Yeah, so when I went through and looked at what I'd sent you, so this was wrong, that was wrong, I was tired by the time I said I'd had enough of it. Because, it was quite a few tricky bits in it. And so, anyway, I went through it and did it last night with this new attitude, but oh my God, it's different. It's just, yeah, it's now feels complete to me. It feels like, I can, I've got a system that works. But it's not only in my work that I'm using it, it's in my life. And this is probably what you don't understand about me. But what I'm doing is everything that'll make me better, feel better. Okay, and it's just it's what might work for you won't work for me, and what works for me won't work for you. Okay, in this system that I've got, the system could work for you, but how you do it, how you administer, is up to you. It's just my system of doing things, but. The idea is you become a tiler. Oh, right, you're going to be blah, 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 blah. You could, right, so that's how we think. Oh, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a this, I'm going to be that. And everything sort of fits in, sort of like it's all packaged up for you. Roughly this, that, it's got its pros, cons, blah, 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 boom. There's the package. It's fast, quick, easy, good, great for the banks. My package is shit for anybody, okay? Because it takes so long to get there. But what it is a collage, if you like, it's a collage of all the things I enjoy. And I'm not on anything. I'm just a person who enjoys different things. Like I showed you, the sushi thing. I actually don't mind sushi. I like sushi, and I like making my own sushi. That's it. That's just one little thing I like. I like doing it. And I like having all the nice ingredients and that sort of thing. Yeah, and making sushi, and I like the challenge of doing it. I like making my own beer. I like growing my own vegetables. They're just little things. It's just you might not want to make beer, but you might like making sushi. I don't know, but and in my friends, like I consider you a friend, but I like a friend that doesn't attack me or tell me what to do or put me down or give me the shits. All right, I like having a friend that we chat and blah blah blah, blah and that's it. Just doesn't hit the side, just doesn't bother me at all. I don't go away from it feeling upset or anything like that because somebody else wanted to have, I told him or I showed him. I don't care. Okay, I just someone who's just understands my thing. I'll understand theirs, and we've got a relationship. Yep. You got your space, I've got my space. Yeah, you're funny about this. I'm funny about this. Yeah. This is what you and I do together. But it's the same. It's like a car would be no good to me at the moment because it's just a huge expense for fuck all gain. But a car is like for you need it for work and to get around or whatever. So what is happening in my life is not the same as what's happening in your life. But what I'm trying to say is, the system I use is not a bad one. It's a bit long term, but it's doing things. It's putting things together that you enjoy. It's fine. Like I enjoy that, this, that, put the whole lot together. And if I enjoy them, and if all of it's getting better, then my whole life should get better. And so this is a philosophy I've got with my track book. That if you understand every component, every building block in it, then you should understand the whole thing. But if you can't understand one of them, that's all you'll remember. The one that you can't understand, it'll throw you. It's like a computer. It goes along fine till it gets an error, bang, and stops. Same thing, same principle. Yep, got that. Yep, bang, didn't get that. So you have to reprogram it and what have you. And it's the same as this. Yet you go. So there's that many mistakes in the one I sent you. But it's a code. It's computer coding. Only you're the computer. It's for your computer brain. Yeah, that's what it is. But it all has to match up. And as I said, it's either spilled over into my life or it's what I've always wanted to do. Yeah. I hope that clears up, makes it a bit, it makes me a bit more understandable. But whatever works for you doesn't necessarily work for me. And there's nothing I can, if I grow vegetables, you grow vegetables, that's your business. That's the way I see it. But the idea is that you do something and you think, yeah, that's better. Oh, like, you could do your tax and think, yeah, it's okay, but what about next year? And so then you might set up an accounting program, saying, okay, it's good, yeah, that's better. And then you get a set time, you put the stuff in each week, you think, yeah, that's better. That's an improvement. Little improvement, yeah, bang, bang, yeah, do that, yeah. And then I do this, I add this, yeah, and you build your life on building blocks that are individually each a bit better. And it may not just be an activity, it could be changing a behaviour, it could be, who knows? It could be your attitude toward women, it could be, I don't know, it could be whatever. But that's what I do. I'm building it on building blocks. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because I've got to do a quick one. They don't upload otherwise. I'll talk to you later. Bye.